Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome to Girls for STEM. Again, welcome to Girls for STEM. I'm here again with Lewis. Lewis is an engineer. And before we preempt anything, let's hear from Lewis. So, Lewis, thank you so much for coming to Girls for STEM. I really do appreciate. And it's a privilege to have you. I know you have so many things to do, but you decided to come and hang out with us. So I'll let you introduce yourself first and take your time. Tell us what you do, where are you from, all those details.
Uh, Thank you so much for having me on this show, on this Girls for STEM USA show.
Yes.
It's a privilege for me. Uh, my, my name is Lewis Salipako. I'm an engineering student. I'm a Zambian by nationality, but currently pursuing my civil engineering in Algeria. So yeah,
Wow.
that's my introduction.
Okay. So where were you born? Were you how did you find yourself in Algeria? Where are you born? Where were you born?
All right. I was born in Zambia, uh, in Chavuma district of Northwestern Province in
Yes.
Zambia. That's where I was
In
born. That's where
Chavuma.
yeah, Chavuma. I don't know if you've heard of
Yes,
Chavuma
I've heard it. So
district.
you went there from grade what to what grade in Chavuma?
Actually, I did all like my primary school and up to my secondary school. I did my let me say my basic education in Chavuma.
Yes.
Then from there, I found myself here. I came to Algeria.
Wow. So that's interesting. You are an engineer today. So let's share with us. How did you first would also would like to know how you got there, but before we get to where how you got to Algeria. So can you
Yes.
discuss with our viewers how did it start about you being in STEM?
Hmm.
Do you have parents who have STEM career, or are you surrounded by people who are in STEM? So what happened, if I would take you back to where you were as small as maybe 5, 6 years old? What's going on in your life at that time?
Oh, thank you for asking such a question. Um, back going back to my childhood, I think I was someone who loved being innovative,
Yes.
creating these little things, maybe small wire cars and all those small things. So actually, I
Yes.
think that's where I started getting this interest of uh, pursuing things to do with science. So
Yes.
I think I didn't really have this background of maybe I was staying with someone who was in STEM. No,
Yes.
but I think I actually appreciate my sister,
Mm.
who my elder sister, who was
Yes.
really interested, who was really dedicated and focused when it came to school. She's my
Correct.
inspiration. She always dedicated her time. She never used to go out home. It's either home, school. So she inspired me. And I think when I reached my uh my junior secondary school, uh
Yes.
she she did her she wrote her exams and did very well. She got very good points. I think
Yes.
8 points, and she went to do medicine. So
Wow.
this sis of mine, she really inspired me. And I grew up with my uncle. Yeah, my
Yes.
uncle is the one who took care of me growing up.
Yes.
So my sister opened up that door, and now the pressure was on me. My uncle was just like, okay, you are next. You are
Wow.
next. What are you going to do? Uh, I really wanted those to do, in school. I remember in school,
Mhm.
when you go to school, the first thing that comes to your mind, I want to become a medical doctor. I want to
Yes.
become a medical doctor. Yeah, I remember even having this experience where I went to meet the former Republican president,
Yes.
His Excellency Edgar Chagwa Lungu, and
Correct.
he asked me to say, "What do you want to become?" That was like in grade 11. I was still undecided. I told him I want
Wow.
to become a medical doctor, but
So
now,
he asked you. He said, "What would you want to become?" Yes.
yeah. And then I told him I want to become a medical doctor because I was not fully decided. I was not fully convinced with what I'm going to do. So,
Yes.
um, having that background, but now I think after I got so much interested in engineering after school, after grade
Yes.
12, actually, when I had my own personal research, I conducted my own personal research. That's
Mm-hmm.
when I got convinced that okay, I'm someone who loves okay finding solutions to the problems that are affecting us in our
Yes.
communities. And
Mhm.
coming from that background,
Correct.
a remote place,
Yes.
I I saw a lot of things that were happening,
Wow.
in terms of, we can't talk of development without engineering, without
Of course. Of
construction,
course.
without,
Yes.
we talk of maybe having good schools, having good hospitals. All these surround or come as a result of engineering. So
Correct.
having these ideas and conduct my personal research, actually, I convinced myself. I said, no, yeah, medicine is good. Medicine is good,
Yes.
but I think it's okay. It's not for me. Yeah, it's not for me.
Yes.
Let it for my sister. Let her
Uh-huh.
continue pursuing medicine. Let me go for something that uh, I can do, which can actually have direct impact on the community, direct
Yes. Yes.
impact on the people on the ground. So actually, that's how I found myself developing interest in engineering.
Wow, wow. And you know what? It's very interesting because what do engineers do? Engineers make our lives better, either in construction, healthcare, transportation, communications, all these ventures, engineers make our lives better. They are the ones who develop the innovation, they do enhancements, same as innovation, and also inventing other things. And having a curious mind is it's very interesting, and it's so exciting that you also had that curious mind, and with a combination, of course, of having someone around you. And that's why we always talk about creating an environment where kids can see that they can pursue these careers. And it's very interesting that your situation was just ripe and conducive. You had a sister who's pursuing medicine, and you also are interested. Sometimes those two just don't come up like that. So it means you also had a curious mind, and you also were interested in pursuing science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Wow, that's really, really interesting. And thank you so much for sharing that story. It's very encouraging for boys out there to see how they can pursue STEM, for girls to see how they can pursue STEM, and even mothers, people around who are watching this channel here, to see how they can also encourage their kids to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Wow. So now
You're right.
it was interesting that, so how did the ex-president ask you to pursue STEM? Was it a function of STEM? I just want to hear so my viewers can hear more about that part you mentioned, that he asked, what would you want to do?
Oh, all right. It was in grade 11. In
Yes.
Zambia, we say grade 11. Yeah.
Yes.
So in grade 11, that's, yeah, second, high school, in high school.
Yes.
So there was this opportunity that came in
Mm-hmm.
schools to pick people to
Yes.
go. There was a seminar. It was, uh, it was called, uh, it was a seminar that was organized. Yeah, junior achievers. Yeah, junior
Okay.
achievers.
Yes.
It was called junior achievers, where they'll pick some students
Mm-hmm.
from pupils from schools to go
Yes.
and just meet to be motivated, per se,
Wow.
mostly from remote areas. So I was privileged to be picked from my province.
Wow. Wow.
It was there were two. It was like two guys from each province
Mm-hmm.
and four girls to go and meet the president. It was like a seminar, I can put it, for 5 days. So through that seminar, we had a lot of interactions with the first lady, with the president, even with ministers, where we had, they were there to encourage us and to motivate us. It was for junior achievers. Yeah, that's how
Wow.
it was called.
You know what? This is very important that today I'm speaking to you, Lewis Salipako, and you are in Algeria studying civil engineering. Especially that the president did inspire you and organized with, of course, the other team, organized that function to just add more encouragement to you to pursue STEM. And here you are. I wish, they could listen to this. They will be able to listen to this and just the country at large to see how inspiring boys, girls can really and have a very great impact in ensuring that they actually do pursue STEM. Here you are, you're pursuing STEM. And I wish they should watch this. Please, President Edgar Lungu, President Hakainde, that you are one of an example and many others who was in that team that you have managed to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That's really, really encouraging, especially for girls and leaders of state anywhere in the world. Zambia, particularly for Lewis, that it does make a difference to encourage girls, boys to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Wow,
It
that's
really
interesting.
does.
Yes. So now, the other question I would like to ask you, so what challenges are you facing now in your journey? Because you are now in grade, a high school level, you meet the president, and now you are trying to pursue this career. So what challenges are you facing during that time?
Oh, you know, okay, if the challenge that I've faced throughout my journey is, okay, first and foremost, okay, uh, okay, maybe doing my education in remote in in a remote place,
Yes.
place. I think it's something where you don't actually get much exposure. It's different
Yes.
from
Yes.
someone who is maybe Lusaka, Copper Belt, where you are able to. I usually say you become what you see. You become what
Yes.
you see. If you've never heard of an engineer, it's
Wow.
impossible for you to even imagine of becoming an engineer. If you've never
Tell me
heard
about
or you've never come across a doctor, you might just think, no, that one maybe
wow.
is just for certain people. So I
That's
think
my
such
passion
are
right there.
problems.
Mhm.
Yeah, such a problem that still up to now affect that girl child
Wow.
in rural places, that
Hmm.
affect that boy child, because they
Yes.
think, okay, that just this courses that can just be done by maybe a specific group of people.
Yes.
But so such, but after I got exposed, when I was taken to Lusaka, to State House, I was really convinced. Actually
Wow.
I was made to become more serious, because I saw a
Yes.
different part of life. I said, so this, I'm just in grade 11, and
Hmm.
I had this experience where I can go and dine with the president of the state.
Wow.
I said, no. So education actually can
Change your
make me
life.
go and can change my life. And I realized that it's only education that can equalize the poor and the rich.
Wow.
So from there, it helped me to be serious with school. So
Yes.
even when I went back, I think my friends and my teachers, if they're able to watch this, they can
Hmm.
testify to say, yeah, they saw a change even
Wow.
home, that, okay, someone changed. And yeah, I became more serious. Of course, I was serious already, but having that
Yes.
exposure and that experience, it
Hmm.
really helped me and motivated me to work extra harder. And that's how I even actually did well at my
Wow.
high school exams.
Wow. It's so encouraging just to see how much impact a little push is to kids, young women, men. to pursue this career. And that just confirms, how possible these guys. Again, we are watching and discussing with Salipako, guys who was encouraged and inspired by by the president and also by the sister. We are just listening to how his journey was, guys. I think this is very interesting. Wow, thank you so much, Lewis, for sharing that. That's really great. So now, Lewis, let's get back now to high school. How did you graduate and then pass, and then take us through that journey, and what are you doing now, so that you can share with our viewers?
Uh, I didn't really get you. Well, I think the network is cutting. Maybe you can come again.
Yes, sure. So I'm saying, how did you now get to the university and now to where you are? In general, what are you doing now?
Oh, thank you. Right now, I'm doing civil engineering. I graduated in July. Yeah, that's when I had my final exams. So, and in the same line, I was given another opportunity to continue with my master's. So I'm doing my postgraduate at the moment.
Wow.
So uh, going back to high school, I think uh, having that experience, it helped me to become serious with school. So
Yes.
after that, with colleagues, with teamwork, I always believe in teamwork. I don't like doing things alone. I
Yes.
love teamwork so
Teamwork.
much. So through teamwork, friends, and all that, I made it. I qualified well with flying colors, and
Yes.
I completed in 2016 my high school.
Yes.
Then the following year, because I had good results,
Hmm.
there was this scholarship that was advertised government through the government
Wow.
to actually there are always scholarship to go to China, to go to Russia, to go to Morocco, India, and all that through
Yes.
the higher education loans and scholarship board.
Yes.
Now present. So I applied. I tried. It was my first time to actually to apply,
Apply.
and through the help of my sisters and my parents, they helped me, and I got the scholarship. I was picked,
Wow.
went for interviews, then I was picked, and I finally found myself here in Algeria pursuing this STEM or civil engineering. Yes,
Yes.
and maybe to share something. Of course, this journey hasn't been easy. You know,
Yeah.
one thing is that I that was my first time to leave my parents or to leave my family to go to
Yes.
a different environment.
Yes.
Then the other thing is I completely changed from a place where I was, where everyone is like the same. I can put it that way.
Yes.
Everyone
Yes.
is a Christian. We are Zambians and all that. And I'm here in this country where it's a different religion.
Yes.
Then also it comes to also race. It's a different race and culture is and language,
Yes.
also language because we are
Wow.
actually
So you
made
had to
to.
learn the language as well.
Yeah, of course, because here the 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 official language is Arabic and French. So
Yes.
you come here, and in Zambia we didn't have any basics to French. So
No.
we came here, we had to learn French in 6 months, and now from there you go and start your programs. And
Yes.
I can testify that it wasn't easy, especially first semester where you are still trying to catch up with the language, trying to
Yes.
learn what is this komasava and all that. Just know these basics. Then they
You are
they
an
say
amazing.
go to
You
school.
are amazing, because that I can imagine. I see students change, go to other countries and learn that language, and still get into either STEM or any career, it's quite challenging. Wow. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah, so we tried. Of course, first year was really challenging for me because of
Yes.
the system. Back home we use the classic system, and
Mhm.
here it's the the French system. So you find
Yes.
that the French system is a bit faster.
Yes.
Before you realize it, it's at the end of at the end of the semester,
Semester.
and it's exams.
Wow.
Yeah, and but it was really a good experience. The pressure that comes with it, and
Yes.
this the sleepless nights just to make sure that you catch up with school. Yeah, and it was really a good experience. Everything contributed. Yeah, then
Yes.
second year things started going well because they are now catching up with the language.
Yeah.
And also,
So you speak
yeah, one
both
thing
French.
again.
You speak both French and Arabic.
Okay, I speak fluently in French, but Arabic, I try, I just try, but I can hear and speak a little bit. But our
Yes.
studies are done in French, so that's the good part. But at
Okay.
times, of course, just to know to maybe get yourself acquainted with people, you just
Yes.
need to learn a bit of Arabic, yeah, for
Yes.
survival.
Okay. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. Amazing. So when you said you finished your bachelor's when
In July this year, I
this
completed
year,
in July this year. Yes.
and then you have entered into a
Um,
postgraduate.
yeah, postgraduate. I was given an opportunity at my
Yes.
university because okay, here if you do well, yeah, if
Yes.
you do well, they give you an option either to you can go after your bachelor's or you can remain. So I decided to just continue. Then I
Yes.
finished it. I go home. Yeah.
Great decision. Great decision. You will never regret. Wow. So what's so interesting about civil engineering that you picked?
Okay. Civil engineering is, I don't want to convince everyone to come and pursue civil engineering. There's so
You
many,
should. You should.
there's so many engineering courses. But
Disciplines.
for me,
Yes.
actually, I will be here to speak as a civil engineer.
Correct.
Civil engineer is, I look at it as, you know, the past, the present, the future. Because
Yes.
we can't talk of we can't talk of development. We can't talk of development without civil engineering. We can't
Yes.
talk of maybe transportation of goods and services. We can't talk of business
Yes.
without civil engineering.
Correct.
So civil engineering is the backbone of almost everything.
Wow.
Madam, you work at the at the aircraft and all that to do with those
Space
things, but
missions. Yes.
yeah, space missions and all that. But you find that everything there we first build, we first build the airports, the everything,
The
the
buildings,
stripes and all that.
the structures that are in there, you build them first
We
before we
build
go
them,
inside.
then we
Yes.
hand them over to you. So
Yes.
one most thing that actually motivates me, that seeing you know nothing, nothing, a place which had nothing, put up a structure which can transform everything, and people, are able to, to love that structure and
Yes.
live, and it actually contributes the well-being of the people. That one gives me satisfaction of going. Actually, that's the drive for me to
Wow.
continue going.
You've described civil engineering very, very interestingly. People know them differently. Some people think of roads, which is also a good thing for providing roads, ways to get to most difficult places, mountainous places. You guys have that, skill to be able to provide that for us. And, most students are asking, what is civil engineering? What do they do? The kids are thirsty to understand what it is. And thank you for breaking it down in a very simpler way, that we really depend on civil engineers in our daily life, the economy, industries. We need this infrastructure before we can even do what we want to do. And that kind of description just help us and also students, viewers that will be viewing this to understand exactly what civil engineers do. Wow. So,
Maybe just to add on,
correct. Yes, go
yes,
ahead.
maybe just to add on, yes, on the what actually the civil engineers do, because
Mm.
okay, if a doctor, I can give you this illustration. If a
Yes,
doctor makes a mistake, okay,
yes,
if maybe a doctor does an operation on a patient and that operation is not successful, maybe the
yes,
doctor makes a mistake, only one person is going to die at a go. But
yes,
now imagine a civil engineer makes the same mistake, maybe in the calculations, the stability of a structure.
yes,
We can talk of uh, hundreds of people that are going to die at a go. So
yes,
that's why you find that our work is critical as civil
yes,
engineers. We really have to make sure that, whatever the things that we're delivering to the people, to the communities, the structures, the
mm,
buildings, they're stable. People,
yes,
they're not going to be hazard to the people.
yes,
So we talk of dams, we talk of hydro power stations, all that.
yes.
We talk of maybe telecommunications, the towers. That's the work of a civil engineer. We talk of
Wow.
the road systems, maybe to
Yes.
help someone from Chinsali to come to Lusaka, to help someone from Chavuma to come to Lusaka to buy
Mhm.
goods and services. All
Wow.
that is the work of a civil engineer. So civil engineering basically is broad and we can't exhaust it in just one conversation. Yeah.
Definitely. And also building tunnels under the water for transportation. You are the same guys who's working on all those things. When you get a chance to go to England from, I think, is it France or Germany? There's a transportation under the water to UK. So that's really interesting. You are the guys who still do that job. Wow. That's so interesting. That's really interesting to hear your story as a civil engineer and also, just a person who loves STEM. So, what are your plans to support, especially those kids you left out there in Chavuma, to help them understand about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics? Of course, we will share this platform video so that they can watch, maybe students, their teachers, to see where you have come from and just to encourage them to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Oh, well, thank you so much for that question. Um, you know, uh, in a quest to help back people back home, I'm someone who's really interested in seeing girls, especially, and boys, of course, to pursue STEM. Yeah, to pursue STEM,
Yes,
because I am already in that field. So,
yes,
in a bid to achieve that, I came up with a group with my friends back home in Zambia, and we
mm,
came up with a group, like a team,
yes,
called the Nangven Foundation. Of course, this is the Nangven is a word that means acquire knowledge in Lubali language.
yes,
Acquire knowledge.
yes,
So the Nangule acquire knowledge. So with these guys, my friends that I have, most of them they're in school, they're pursuing also STEM. Most of them are pursuing
yes.
STEM and yeah,
Wow, we
doctors.
should bring them one
Uh,
day. You guys, I would love to have the whole team come and discuss here how you are making it. I think that would be really encouraging for people to see, students, boys to see where you're coming from.
yeah, okay, yeah, that would be awesome. We're going to actually wait to have that discussion. I'll tell
Yes,
them so that they'll be ready, my team, to come so that we
please.
can present. So, as I was saying, the Nangwen Foundation, we came up with this group to
Mhm.
just make sure that we go and motivate those guys in those rural areas. And
Wow.
this group is not just for maybe let me say northwestern or whatever. No, our
Yes,
target is to make sure that we reach out to those places, rural places in Zambia, because we
yes.
understand, we have realized that it's in those rural places where people don't have, just like I said, they don't have people to look up to. They don't have, you cannot become
Role
what you
models,
can't
role
see,
models.
You,
Yes,
you, yeah, they don't have role models. They don't have this opportunity to interact with doctors, with engineers, with
Wow.
people that are computer scientists, with mathematicians, and all these STEM courses. So now,
Yes.
what we do, as a team is that we want to be going in schools,
Mm.
and just have these talks. We want to have these
Yes.
talks, motivation talks, have
Mhm.
career pathway talks. We go there
Yes.
because we are from different walks of life.
Of
Then
lives.
we'll be
Yes.
there to motivate them, to tell them how possible it is. Then also, we also want to engage our local leaders and
Yes.
more especially our chiefs, because in rural places we have discovered that mostly the girl child are vulnerable. The girl
Yes.
child is vulnerable because we find that when they maybe they get, they are impregnated, they drop out of
Mhm.
school. Sometimes it is hard for them to come back to school.
Yes.
So we are also, our target is also to make sure that we can go and educate the girls in schools on re-entry policy, where even when they
Yes.
drop out of school due to various
Mm-hmm.
circumstances, they can still come back. They can still come back and continue
Wow.
with school and pursue
Yes.
their dreams. Having a child is not the end of everything. But now,
No. No.
of course, we don't encourage ladies or young girls to have children. No. And this is something that actually affects us. So we are trying to make sure that we work with the chiefs to see how best, and the government, to force the government to see how best we can stop these vices in Zambia, more especially, and the remote areas, because these things just go, they become they've been normalized. You can impregnate and nothing, just like that. You can go and even impregnate 4 girls, 5 girls. No, nothing. You'll be nothing. So when nothing is being done, meaning it is encouraging others to continue doing that.
To
At the
do
end of
the
the day,
same.
yeah, to do the same. And at the end of the day, we are killing those dreams for those young ladies, because it's becoming hard for them to bounce back. So
Yeah.
um, that's what we do. And we are slowly organizing, mobilizing ourselves to make sure that we get on the ground. Yeah, so that most of us are still in high school, but
Yeah.
we want to see that this team grows bigger and will have an impact on the ground, to go in schools, motivate children, help them. And also we encourage, and also actually we talk of, we also, because we have medical guys, people are pursuing
Medicine.
medicine.
Yes.
Yes, and I can tell you that most the ladies that are with us who are pursuing medicine, they're girls, actually, they're ladies
Yes.
on our team. So most of them are ladies. So that one will be a motivation also to the girl child out there. And also
Wow.
we talk of maybe reproductive health and all that, to just make sure
Yes.
that our young ones are equipped with this knowledge. And also we encourage abstinence, because we know when you abstain yourself, it helps you to focus, and also
Yes.
to be sober, and to just avoid these maybe sexually transmitted diseases, or uh,
Correct.
these that come, and at the end of the day they can actually disturb or hinder your progress to success.
Wow. Wow, that's very encouraging. Please, when you're doing your next mission to there, let me know. I can, participate, however, virtually or whatever that means. That's very interesting. That's one of our passion for girls to pursue, encourage and inspire girls to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, especially girls that are, underprivileged and deserved, those that are struggling, and just to encourage them when they see especially role models like us, that gives them a good understanding to say, oh, they can be anything and they can do anything, and to give them another chance just to tell them that regardless of things that has happened in your life, failures, pregnancy, you can still continue and pursue your career. The whatever instances that comes in your life has got nothing to do to disturb in your pursuing your career. No, thank you so much for sharing. So, the next question I have is, having been to where you're coming from, and now you are in Nigeria, you are studying your postgraduate civil engineering. What would you say to a girl growing up in those rural areas? Besides that, you're also part of encouraging STEM, and also the boys that are growing in those disadvantaged areas. How would they pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, knowing what you went through? How can they be like you?
I'm glad you asked that question. Yeah, actually, you know, sometimes it pains me. Okay, when I reflect back to see where I'm coming from and see that, okay, we still have a long way to go. But
Yes.
my words of encouragement to that girl out there who thinks it's not possible, or that boy child out there who thinks
Yes.
no, because I'm in this disadvantaged place. Maybe I
Yes.
can't do this. I can't do this.
And
Of
Lewis, if you could share your circumstance where you came from, so that they can understand that he's not just talking from where he is, he has been there. So if you can specify exactly what school you went to, the place where you lived, and now that you are here in talking to those kids.
yeah, okay, I can start from there. Okay, like I already say that I was in Chavuma district of northwestern province in Zambia, and this is one of uh, rural districts in Zambia. And I think one of the experience that I can share is that okay, in I used to walk let me say 16 kilometers a day to go to school and come back. You know, so that was in my junior secondary school, grade 8 and 9, because my
Yes.
school was let me say 8 kilometers away. So it
Yes.
was really hard. And by then we didn't have transport or whatever. I used to walk, actually, to walk to school and come back. I will go early in the morning. I have to wake up early in the morning. I go to school and come back in the evening every day for 2 years. So, and also there are times where I use because my grandma, she used to stay across, in one of the most remote places,
Yes.
Nyambingila. I think one day we'll go together when you come
Yes. I
on the
would love
tours.
to. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Nyambingila. And you find that that place, by then, even the road system itself, it's like it's cut off, and also when it's flood time, it homes get flooded. I
Yes.
used to go there, and I used to even sometimes maybe I will even spend maybe a term that side, and seeing how life was aside,
Yes.
how challenging it was, where sometimes you can go to school maybe with one book, maybe with no uniform, that kind of environment. I
Yes.
am someone who really understands you know the challenges that our young girls and boys are facing,
Go through.
in rural
Yes.
places, because I grew up from there. There's so many challenges, talk of maybe not having enough maybe school materials. Even at grade 12, actually, I couldn't still have access to materials, good
Wow.
materials for me to maybe read and all that.
Yes.
So that those are some of the challenges that come with it when you are in such places, because you are somewhat disconnected. You are somewhat disconnected the world. So yeah, but my word of encouragement is that regardless of where you are, regardless
Yes.
of where you are, you just need to one thing that kept me going was I am a positive person. Yeah, I'm
Yes,
a positive person. I'm a
that's
positive
really
person,
important. Yes.
and yeah, I'm a positive person because I can also share with you that okay, I grew up as a double orphan. That's
Hmm.
something also that
Yes,
I can
that's it.
share with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents, my mom, yeah, my dad died when I was 3 years, and my mom died when I was 6 years. So I grew
Wow.
up with my uncle. So
Yes.
despite all that environment, of course,
Hmm.
but I still remained positive. Even in
Yes.
school, some guys were surprised when maybe they come and conduct, okay, those conduct things. I never used to show that, I was this, okay, because I'm this and that, then, and that,
Yes. Yes.
okay, I just have to be hopeless and all that. No, actually, that was a motivation for me. That was a motivation for me to work harder so that I can make a difference. So
Yes.
being a positive person is what really helped me. So even a girl child back there
Hmm.
in Chavuma, in Chinsali, in
Yes.
wherever, in Mazabuka, you know,
Yes.
don't look at your present situation.
Situation. Hmm.
Don't look at the present situation. If you just work hard, like I said, school equalizes the poor and the rich. School can make you rich, to places that you've never imagined. So
Thank you.
I just encourage
Yes.
them to stay focused. I
Hmm.
encourage them to stay determined and
Yes.
to actually to just work hard, to study hard. That's all. Let them just study hard. If you have good results, even me,
Yes.
I never imagined that at some point maybe I'll go abroad and study and all that. No, but
Yes.
because
Yes.
I worked hard in school and
Hmm.
I got good results, opportunities
Hmm.
came, and I found myself here in Nigeria pursuing STEM.
Wow, wow. What an amazing story, guys. He has an amazing story coming from Chavula, guys, and now he's in Nigeria pursuing STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and his future will be amazing. So, guys, you have seen how the environment creates how you can pursue STEM and also determination. You've seen from Lewis his drive, coupled up with just determination and just being focused. So anyone can do it regardless of what environment you are from, regardless of what situation is around you. And you can imagine he has also shared how his situation was about not having parents, only his uncle managed to take care of him and the sister. Thank you so much, Lewis, for sharing. This is very powerful, and just your life can be just an inspiration to someone. Kids out there, they would love to hear just how you navigated STEM and what brought you to this place where you are. Thank you so much for sharing that. And it was a pleasure, really, really having you and just hearing from you. I was so glued to your story, and I hope this is going to bless someone listening. I hope to come and go with you to your adventures and missions when I visit Zambia. Definitely, I'll make sure, hopefully, that time you also be there. Thank you so much. And so I'll give you a few minutes to say anything you want to say, either to the girls or to whoever. Please feel free.
Oh, thank you, madam. Actually, in my last remarks, I would just say that okay, right now I'm now more interested in trying to find uh, uh, environment friendly materials in construction. That's what I want to focus on because you know
Yes.
in as much construction is going on and it's something that we least talk about when it comes to maybe pollution or climate change, but it's actually manufacturing. When talk of maybe manufacturing of cement, it contributes like 7% to the carbon dioxide emission in the atmosphere. So right now I'm
Mhm.
trying to maybe see, I don't know, but I believe things work out, but trying to see how best maybe we can find some good environment-friendly materials so that we can use them to replace materials that are good, of course, but they are affecting our planet, our atmosphere. Yeah. So, my in my last remarks, again, I would just say it's possible. It's very possible, and I have this motto which says, if uh, we all wait, if we all wait, no one is going to do it. If we
Yeah.
all wait, no one is going to do it. So no one will do it if we all wait. So I also take this opportunity to actually just thank you for the work that you are doing, Madam Malama. You are doing a
Yes.
tremendous work, and I pray that may this continue. May you continue motivating that young lady who thinks she cannot pursue STEM, that young boy who thinks STEM is difficult. No, you are
Yes.
doing a tremendous work, and you continue with it. We are here. I'll be here to support in any way possible so that we can we can inspire and motivate them to make sure that we see the world that we want. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much. Yes, it's my passion. I'm an engineer by profession myself, and I know what this is. And I just want to encourage parents out there, aunties, sisters out there to encourage our young girls to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This career changes people's lives. It changes your perspective, your understanding, and just the world at large. And it's a good career. And STEM, remember, is part of every career as well. It's just not on its own. We need these skills that unlock the next economy, the skills that unlock the next technology. It's STEM. So, viva STEM. Thank you so much, Lewis Salipako. I really appreciate your story, was amazing, and I hope we can share it to as many people so they can see that STEM can be done by anyone who puts their mind to it. And guys, we've come to the end of this interview, and thank you so much for always coming to this channel, and hope you're blessed by it. And ciao, ciao, guys. Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
Mhm.